So you probably figured out that you only have 2 sets of trays and we have 4 varieties of microgreens. So you can only plant 2 varieties at a, or you could just plant one at a time too. So you could do that however you want. And I'm actually going to show you how to grow all 4 varieties in this video. So that means I did have to grab 2 more sets of trays that I have here already that I use on my business. Just know, you only get 2 sets of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with showing you how to plant your microgreen broccoli in your salad mix. You have enough soil here to grow the 4 varieties. You might play around with this, but it's about half the bag for 2 trays. I think I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer so you can see this, but I'm just going to smooth out the dirt here. And if you happen to have any debris, just kind of throw it out. There's not a lot of debris that comes in this soil, but sometimes you get a few pieces of stick in there. The dirt does not need to be filled all the way to the top of the tray. Maybe just a little bit more here. And what I'm doing right now is just smoothing this out for a nice, even sowing surface. It just helps with good germination. I'm actually going to go ahead and fill the other 2 trays so we can move on from the soil part. As you can see here, you really don't need a lot of space to grow your microgreens. You can grow them right on your kitchen counter. So even if you live in a small area, maybe apartment living or a dorm, or something like that, you can still grow your own superfood. I'm going to smooth this out. A little bit of dirt here. I just wanted to show you that you do have enough soil to grow all 4 varieties. All right, we're gonna set these 2 aside and we'll plant these in just a minute. Okay, what I like to do is take that solid tray then off the bottom and press down, kind of tamp down the soil to help get an even more even sowing surface. Okay, I wanted to bring you in a little bit closer here so you can kind of see what you're working with. You can see a nice even sowing surface there. The next step is to water or moisten your soil. That's pretty good. So I just sprayed enough water to moisten the soil. You'll notice that it's not like pouring out the bottom through the holes or anything like that. Then I'm going to take my basic salad mix. This is a pre-measured package. So this entire package is going to fill up 1 whole tray. So we're going to go ahead and do the salad mix. And you just want to sprinkle the seeds out as even as you possibly can throughout the tray. So I like to go one way and then I go back the other way. And you may be thinking, that is a ton of seed. That is exactly what you want. That's how the microgreens grow. They kind of support each other as they're growing up. So you definitely want to see that good density there. Okay. We'll move on to the next tray and do the exact same steps with the microgreen broccoli. Again, this entire package is going to go onto your tray. Ooh, I got kind of a heavy hand there. If you see there is an area where they're kind of clumped up, you can just kind of spread them out a little bit. You can see there, nice and dense seed sowing. You could use half of these packages for half of a tray if you'd like to do 2 varieties at the same time, just to try them out. So you could do half of the packages and half the tray and then save the other half for another time. That's just another option I thought I'd throw out there. After you have sown your seeds, you're going to water your microgreens again. Again, you just want enough water to actually get the seed wet, so nothing is dripping through the trays that you can see. Okay, now that we have sown the seed, you have a couple options here. And this is where that black extra tray may come in handy if you wish. You do not need to purchase this at all. You can still use the kits and grow your microgreens without it. But we have had a lot of people asking us to add this to our online store, and I will tell you why. A couple different ways. If you were to only have grown one of these varieties at a time, you have your tray here with the holes that you planted your microgreens in. At this point, you're going to take your solid tray and cover your microgreens. Okay? Just like that. This is where you're going to add weight. So I'm going to put my pavers down on top, like that. This is where people ask to have this extra solid tray. This tray on the bottom has holes in it. So you could find something to set this on so possibly the soil won't make a mess on whatever you're setting it on. Or you can purchase this extra tray to put on bottom. That's where that comes into play. Here is your second option if you've grown 2 trays at the same time. You're going to leave this exactly the way it is, and you're going to take your other tray without holes and you're going to place it on top of this one. Then you are going to grab this and set it on top. Now they're stacked together and you only need to use one weight. Again, this is optional. You can purchase this solid tray to put on bottom, but you don't necessarily have to. So while your trays are stacked, they are in the germination stage. They're going to stay like this for 4 days. Your tray without holes is actually being used as the top tray. On that 4th day, you're going to take the solid top tray off, then you're going to place it on bottom, and it's going to become a reservoir for watering. That may be a little confusing right now, but in the next video I will explain that. So I'm going to go ahead and set this off to the side, and now I'm going to show you how to plant your pea shoots and your sunflower shoots. The steps are basically the same. I'm going to go ahead and tamp down the soil. Water the soil. I hope you remember to soak your seeds. So our sunflower shoots have been soaking for 2 hours. I just use a bowl, filtered water, let it soak for 2 hours. We're gonna go ahead and drain this out, rinse it, and then it'll be ready to plant. Your pea shoot seeds need to be in a bigger container, and you need to make sure you put enough water in your pea shoot seeds because they'll actually absorb that water and kind of plump up a little bit. So always make sure you put plenty of water in your pea shoots to soak in. And again, these have been soaking for about 12 hours. I went ahead and started soaking them last night. Again, we're gonna drain these and rinse them off, and they'll be ready to plant. Again, I brought you in close so that you can see here me sowing the seeds. Really, you can just sprinkle or just really dump out the sunflower seeds in the center of your tray. And then go ahead and spread them out nice and even. You really want good, even seeds. You don't, like I said, you don't want them clumped up a lot because that can mess with your germination. You want really good germination, so make sure you spread the seeds out really well. Okay. Here's sunflower. Okay, and then again, just dump out your seeds and spread them out. The pea shoot seeds are the easiest to spread out. All right, and then we're gonna give it some water. I showed you how to stack two varieties together if you wanted to grow two varieties at the same time. Now I'm going to show you if you were only going to grow one variety at a time. So you take the tray without holes, place it on top of the planted tray, grab your weight again and place that on top. It'll stay like this for 4 days during germination. On the 4th day, I'll show you in the next video, but on the 4th day, this solid tray will be removed from the top, placed on the bottom as the reservoir to water your microgreens. Okay, now I'm going to show you the option if you were to grow a single tray. You can use this tray without holes on the bottom so you don't get any mess underneath your tray. You would then take your extra black tray and place it on top as a topper to hold your weight for the germination. So that probably makes a little more sense now. Again, put the weight on top. Leave it like this for 4 days. Don't peek at it, don't water it, don't do anything with it. Just let it do its thing for 4 days. Sit it right on your kitchen counter, maybe on a table or a shelf, just somewhere you have a 10 by 10 space. So as you can see here, here's a few different options in growing the microgreens. Growing one variety at a time, using the 2 trays, growing 1 tray at a time, or maybe 2, using the extra black tray that you can purchase through us. So you have a top and a bottom. This works as well. And here, if you remember, it's where I showed you that you can grow 2 varieties at the same time and stack them and put the weight on top. A lot of different ways you could do this. It all is gonna turn out the exact same. That was pretty simple and easy, right? Microgreens are incredibly easy to grow, and they only take 10 days to grow. Even though microgreens are simple to grow, we try to make it even simpler. Their kits, giving you everything that you need to get started, as well as these videos that'll walk you through the entire process. All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. We'll see you on part 2 when we unstack these trays. Remember, leave them here for 4 days. Today counts day 1. So we'll see you in 4 days on the next video.